Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Coming live from Fight for Heart, Children God, and that's you, and that's you. Sometimes I do the wake up videos. I don't even get myself quite together, so then I start fidgeting on here. But I try to sometimes wonder why I'm doing my videos, but there was like 100 different reasons. But the one hospital had fried my brain because I found a cartel operation with numerous transports up in Ypsi and Ann Arbor. So they trapped me in the hospital against my will and started frying me and misdocumenting me, embellishing more. That was around 2013-14. So I was trying to put my brain back together, and we were in the middle of a Klansman setup thing with the police, and they were just full throttle morning, noon, and night. One of my dogs was raped or had something shoved up in her. I'm going to get irate here. The Muslim thing is here. I'm sorry that everyone keeps getting tricked by the cute little town, but there's really sick shit going on at the jail. Too many inmates and people that have been controlled or have been in Michigan are scared to death of the police. There's a reason for that. It's not a natural fear. It has nothing to do with the law being followed, and they're so criminal and corrupt that as humans that live in this state that they're breaking every law. It's that people don't know the law, people don't know the constitutional rights, and even if they did, they're going to get tased to death. In women's instances, they're going to be dry raped on a table or the hood of their car or on a wall. Because I'm not the only one. There's girls being raped either by the other inmates or they're having sex together, so they'd have shame. But there's breeding, or there are extra rapes in the jail. They're videoing girls after they drug them. And is anyone going to do anything? Now, I wanted it to finally come to a head. And you either shoot me, get it over with, because this isn't going to go on anymore. My whole son's life, prior to my son's life, and then after we don't even talk anymore, and you still couldn't leave me alone. Actually, you were going to go full throttle to take me out for good after me and my son broke away. I hope things would chill down out after a while and maybe we would reunite, but it doesn't look like that's the case. So listen here. Someone needs to do something about Michigan. Stop these stupid fucking shows about Whitmer's sitting at a table and they got survivors there. No. Why don't you clean up the ship, finally? Stop pretending like it doesn't go on here. Do I need to reiterate? The border counties especially, and the like this, backwards L. Up 75 and 23, but they prefer 75 most of the time. They'd start taking other ways, which pissed a bunch of them off. Transporters. Dumpers. Do any of the American people realize that they could have easily looked who got funding, where and how long, and went door to door kind of like a census? They could have did it more covertly instead of causing internal violence, because we have so many liberal-minded people that want to protect everything but themselves. Okay? It's a strong case of codependency laced in with some delusional ideologies is this. I do a lot of fidgets, got a lot of spinal pain. There's other things that kind of pop up periodically is this. There was probably hundreds of other ways to do covert operations with overt. Because all I really see is just a lot of added pain. And if you look into the Venezuelan people, and none of that's going to fix it. If you hide Michigan again, and they work with Canada, specifically with the dumpity dumps. What's the dump? I'm not going to get that specific. We already talked about trafficking. Must I be any more explicit? So, I'm just sick and tired of it. So, you got a lot of the up norths hooked on meth. And you're just raping and pillaging and killing. And I for the life of me. And it's been going on so long, but it was more covert. But now it's just sick, extra sick. Oops, that's my little block thing there. But I really got to get this off my chest. I keep having to remind myself, why am I even wasting my time on here? Maybe one day, if I just stop erasing all of them, between the silent explosion and thing, I got my indoctrines and stuff back in order. It was quite alarming. Or getting stuff kind of in order, but maybe some kids later on that hate God so bad will stump on my fruitcake ass and decide maybe they better try something new. But as for all this Mannheim, I'm all for like nipping something in the bud, nipping, but quick, wata, you know what I mean? But not this, not like, this is more like a horrible comedy type of thing going on, but it's very dark. It's sick. It's sick. And I have to do this because I just woke up, remember? And hate braziers. Hate them. Would have been in the burning, especially those braziers back then. I would have definitely been in one of those. I'd have went into one of those parties, burning those braziers. It was probably quite toxic. There was probably a lot of plastic in the bras and the metal undercup, which cuts into the side of the woman's breast. It actually can cause problems with breast tissue and breast health. It's not healthy to do that to your tatas. Why are you punishing them? Tying them up and putting metal under them, and now you're injecting and sticking stuff in them. Okay, but that's your boobs, so whatever you want to stick in your boobs, it's your boobs. You don't want your boobs, you can do whatever you want with them now. Just remember, human mutilation, body parts, it all goes to the devil, it feeds him. So when you mutilate your creation that God gave you, whatever the operation he left you with, is when you cut yourself, starve yourself, do all these weird, I have no room to talk. I was raised to be abused and to abuse myself. Is this. But I know how to be healthy, but I just don't do it all the way. I have on numerous occasions. When you mutilate your body, you'd say you're enhancing it. That's what the doctor would tell you, right? The plastic surgeon. He's helping you enhance your body. Now, do they do it laser, more laser? All right, let's go. We're going to head out on this conversation, but maybe one day kids will stump on my videos and they'll be like, this is how people used to be that had human emotion and were human and really cared and cared about the right things. But this woman here, you won't believe what they did to her.